the president. Okay, let's keep the conversation going now. Joining us is Amir Fakhravar, the Senate chairman of the National Iranian Congress. Amir, welcome, and thanks so much for coming on today. For our U.S. viewers, of course, we're very aware of what's happening on the homeland, but perhaps, we might have overlooked what's happening in Iran. There's been some funeral celebrations of sorts for Iran's supreme leader who had been killed, eliminated, and some questions about where his son is, about who could be next in charge. Any chance this is going to be wrapping up anytime soon? And where's the son?
Thank you for having me, Emma and John. He's dead. The son is dead, if you're asking me. If the son couldn't show up for the funeral of his dad, his wife, and his child, it's clear he's dead. They are just playing. And they were trying to say, yeah, he's alive, we made him the third supreme leader, whatever. But it doesn't matter. It's the funeral itself. Yeah, it's the gay Ayatollah, Mujtaba Khamenei, the dead one. But the funeral was funny because they buried, in Shiaism, in Islam, Shiaism, they have to bury somebody who is killed immediately. But they waited 5 months because they didn't have money. They're totally broke. And they waited until they could get $6 billion from Qatari's government. Then they could go and bring some people from outside Iran. President Trump, in one of his interviews lately, said he's surprised that Iranians are crying. No, Iranians are not crying. These are the people who regime brought into Iran from south of Iraq, the Hashd al-Shabi, the terrorists, from Afghanistan, the Fatimiyun Afghan, the Zainabiyun from Pakistan, Houthis from Yemen, Hezbollah from Lebanon, and Hamas from Gaza. Regime brought these people, 80,000 people. They came to Iran. They were placed in the parks in Tehran and other cities to make sure they can come to the funeral and do the fake crying for the dead supreme leader. Regime is gone totally. But okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just to piggyback off of that point there, I mean, the regime is gone, but you've also got what President Trump is now proposing to Iran. This is over. This memorandum of understanding, you're against your word. You're not holding up your end of the bargain. Now he's at the point where he's going to start going after some of their underground coastal defense sites, surveillance sites, drone storage. He's fed up. This is what President Trump had to say while he was in Turkey. Watch.
Their leaders are gone. They had leaders, they're gone. And they had another set of leaders, they're gone. Now they have another set of leaders, they may be gone. Who knows? And you know what? I may be gone too, because I'm their number one target. It's out all over the place. I'm their number one because they're scum. That's the way they act, and that's the way they've done it for 47 years.
Is there any chance that there's still potential for a deal? It doesn't sound that way. Trump is clearly, he's done negotiating. He's given them the diplomacy. He's given them the opportunity to have this funeral for the Ayatollah out of his goodness of his heart, as he says. But he also is potentially facing some threats. We do know that Iran has tried to kill President Trump. They put an assassination attempt here in the U.S. for him. Talk about his potential safety. And secondly, what's he going to do next? Does he obliterate the regime?
And the regime is gone, but it's some terrorist cells. They are all around, and we know the border have been open during the 4 years of Biden. Definitely, it was open. A lot of terrorists. If regime in that time didn't send thousands of terrorists inside United States, the regime was dumb. But they were not dumb. They send a lot of people here. It's a lot of sleeper cells inside United States. Definitely President Trump and his family's life is in danger, is immediate danger. And the U.S. should take care of this problem in Iran, should go full force. From the day when they were talking about negotiation and memorandum of understanding, I said it's BS. It's not going anywhere. And President Trump just mentioned he is kind of agree with me that the gay Ayatollah is dead too. But the new round of strike is going to the right direction finally. For months and months on this network, I was saying, watch China and Russia, because U.S. have been striking more than 20,000 strike on the missiles launchers and on the military sites, but still Russia could send some drones to Iran. China could send missiles to Iran via the railroad. They had the special corridor of the railway corridors, which easily could transit missiles and drones from China and Russia to Iran, which just a couple of hours ago, it was one of the best target. U.S. took care of it with the missiles, with the cruise missiles. And it was the deepest strike up to now inside Iran, which that railroad is cut off right now, which is good. It's the good thing to don't trust China and Russia and go and make sure the lifeline of regime from those two communist nations will be cut off. And the regime is at the end of the road, definitely.
You wonder, though, how much does Russia have left? I mean, they're barely fighting this war with Ukraine. Do they have any stockpiles to give Iran?
Good point. And then also the future of the Iranian people. Obviously, you hope those who are not chanting death to America are given a chance to actually succeed and prosper without the regime. Amir, we got to leave it there. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate your insight and analysis.
Thank you. Just the last point. Those people you mentioned are 99% of Iranian people, which we love United States. We celebrated 250th anniversary of the birthday of this country. Thank you so much.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thanks, Amir. Coming up next.